If it's one thing that you, I don't want to say change, that you feel that can help the WNBA's game out,
help the game out. Okay, so I think the game is looking great. I think it's evolved great. I believe that players are more talented, faster. You can see they're getting the individual training, ball handling skills, shooting. The game is phenomenal. I thought they're playing at a high level. I'm very proud of them. I support the WNBA still. I will always, obviously we'd love to have Brittany back home. That's important.
For sure. Shout out BG.
Yep. Shout out to BG. She's never, far from our thoughts, but the WNBA is rocking. What could we have more? I just think, from a salary standpoint, it'd be great for the women to be able to make more money. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. I think I saw something that said, one player that makes maybe $12 million on an NBA team could cover the whole WNBA salary.
Yeah, that's insane.
So that's kind of crazy. And again, we're what, 26 years young, so it's not like we're comparing ourselves to the NBA, but I do feel like the pay gap would be something that, we could just take a donation around the NBA maybe one night y'all don't go to the casinos.
I have something on this, though, because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
100%.
The NBA players support the WNBA
the most.
More than we probably support the fucking NBA. And it bothers me.
First of all, I want to say this is no dig at Lisa Leslie. I've always had and will continue to have a great amount of respect for her, not just for having a great career, but also for defending Kobe Bryant, when that old bird tried to tarnish his reputation shortly after he died. But she's always been a sweet, demure, soft, kind woman. What I would call the standard of being a lady. She's a salt-of-the-earth type, and it's no surprise that she's happily married. Recently, she was on a show called The Shop, a show hosted by LeBron James. It's a place where athletes and entertainers sit around in a barbershop-like setting discussing controversial topics from their unique perspective. And at this particular point, they were talking about women's basketball, when LeBron James asks Lisa Leslie, what is it that people can do to help? Which is a big mistake. Never ask a pastor, hobo, or WNBA player what you can do for them, because they're always going to ask for money. And that's exactly what she did. She asked NBA players to make a small sacrifice so that WNBA players can make a decent salary. She said if they can just give up their casino money, then women's basketball players can make a decent living. But this is where the rubber meets the road, because Lisa Leslie isn't wrong. The WNBA salary cap is $1.38 million per team. 12 teams, 12 players per team. That means that WNBA players combined make $16.5 million a year. That's the shared income for all 144 female basketball players in the WNBA. Now, that's nothing to an established NBA player. That's actually less than what a rookie makes on the final year of his deal. Now, in the NBA, there are 30 teams with 15 players on a roster for a total of 450 players. If each player took $50,000 a year less, that would equal $22.5 million. That would more than double the average salary of every woman in the WNBA. So she's right. A small sacrifice would make a huge difference for women's basketball players. But that ain't gonna happen. NBA players ain't giving up a dime to help the WNBA. Just listen to Draymond Green.
I have something on this, though, because it pisses me off.
He sounds like a baby daddy that's fed up with child support payments. He ain't giving up nothing because he knows it won't end there. If each NBA player gave WNBA players $50,000 today, they'll be asking for $200,000 tomorrow, maybe even $1 million. Because people are naturally greedy. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile. Now, when Draymond says that no one supports the WNBA more than NBA players, he's talking about lip service and pats on the back. He's there when it comes to shaming tactics against the owners, because they're all a bunch of evil billionaires with endless resources. They aren't going to miss the money the way they tell it. And he's there when it comes to browbeating fans, men, into supporting them, because everyone's allowed to bash men. And it's our fault, because we're the evil bastards that aren't watching. So Draymond is there for the battle of words, but he ain't coming up off no dollars. And to his defense, why should he? For years, we've been hearing about this she-economy, Strong, independent women doing it on their own without a man's help, many of them making more money than the average man. Okay, if these women are making it on their own, like they say they are, why are they asking men to support the WNBA? Where's the sisterhood? And the NBA is already subsidizing the WNBA. In the 26 years the WNBA has been around, they've never made a profit. Let me repeat that. In the 26 years, 3 decades, the WNBA has been around, they have never made a profit. On average, they lose $10 million a year. That's money that should be going to NBA players or at least NBA retirees. Studies have shown that 80% of athletes go broke 3 years after retirement. That's money that should be going to them. And again, this has been going on for 3 decades. Why should the men give more? And what business do you know that can start at a loss and continue to function at a loss for 3 decades, and the employees of said company have the audacity to ask for more? And that's another thing that bothers me about this whole discussion. The average WNBA player makes more than $100,000 a year. Now, that's nothing to the average NBA player, but that's better than 90% of Americans. And they do that producing a product that nobody wants. The WNBA is basically a charity because it has never, ever operated at a profit. Yet these charity cases want more free money. But getting back to my point, this is why I laugh every time I see these corny NBA players talking about the WNBA, because they're not putting their money where their mouth is. They're not about to donate chunks of their paychecks to the WNBA. Like I said, they're already giving up $16.5 million a year to them. But that's the thing with activists, especially the rich ones. They're big on spending someone else's money, but get real stingy when it comes to theirs. They're all about being charitable and making sacrifices with what you have, but not with what they have. They want us, the consumer, the sports fan, to buy tickets, jerseys, and waste all of our free time watching women play basketball to make their product more economically viable. But they're not about to do it. So why should I or anyone else? And even if they did, if NBA players are willing to give up chunks of their salary so that women could get paid more, I still wouldn't watch, because the WNBA is terrible. It's not half as good as they say it is. If it was, it would at least break even. So if you like this video, give it a like and leave a comment in the comment section. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you will get alerts every time I upload new content. This is the Laymans Journal. Thanks for stopping by. I'm out.